Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another Fear the Walking Dead video for today. This one is going to be doing a character spotlight video on John Dorie from Fear the Walking Dead. So this one was suggested by Blind Entertainment, so everybody go subscribe to Blind Entertainment because, of course, he is the one who suggested this video, and he does make some Walking Dead videos and some videos on the 100. The 100 I did try, but I never really kept up with it, so, that's one series I kind of dropped pretty early. But anyway, so I want to just do a quick little shout out for Blind Entertainment for suggesting this video because John Dorie is one of the best characters in Fear the Walking Dead at this time, and he's probably one of the only characters that I actually like watching throughout the series. So of course John has only been there for about 2 seasons, but he is a very big fan favorite already. So anyway, let's go ahead and discuss and talk about John's character from Fear the Walking Dead. And stay tuned, guys, because I do have a Season 10 video that I will be uploading very soon after this. So it could even be uploaded before this video, I'm not sure. But anyway, so let's get started with the John character spotlight video. So he's introduced in Season 4, Episode 1, What's Your Story? And, you know, immediately him and Morgan kind of developed this friendship between the two. And he kind of almost helps Morgan out, pretty much. And of course, they run into Althea, and, you know, we get to see the one guys who are probably vultures try to kill them, and they do actually defeat them, but, it kind of takes a little time. So, she asks to hear John's story and Morgan's story, and John is kind of looking for this woman named Laura, who, at this point, we know obviously now that was June, but before then, we kind of didn't know who this was. And then, of course, seeing Naomi show up at the stadium, we actually found out that, no, her name is not Naomi. She is the Laura that John is talking about. And her name's not even Laura either. So, but anyway, he's looking for her. He gave her one of the guns, and we kind of find that out in the flashbacks at the stadium as those go through. So, we have the awesome flashback episode with John and June and kind of showing their relationship and kind of how it started with the cabin and stuff like that. I love how he's signing out movies still and stuff like this, so I just love that. But they kind of develop a little bit of a relationship. We find out he was a police officer before, which I do think was also cool. You can tell, I mean, seriously, just the way he kind of, uses guns and stuff, you could definitely tell he was a police officer or something, something like that. So, either way, we know he was, something to do with guns, let's just say that. So, so we got that, and then, of course, he is looking for her, and he finally finds her when she shows up at probably the worst time ever, and, of course, Alicia shoots John, and we kind of are left at a cliffhanger of, will John survive? Of course, he does, but, we were a little unsure there for a few weeks if John was actually going to make it. So, we got that, of course, and then we go into the second half of the season, and, we see him, with June, but June kind of doesn't know if she really deserves to be with someone like John, and you have all this kind of stuff. I found this stuff to be a little frustrating with her and Al kind of going off because she doesn't know what to do, and she doesn't know how to be in a relationship with John. I'm just like, bro, that's filler. That's filler at its best right there, to be honest, if I'm being 100% honest. And anyway, so we have the episode with him and Strand. They go through the storm. They're kind of trapped on the island there. Or not island, what am I saying? But, just kind of off the water or whatever. And you got Strand, who he's drinking to try to forget, everything he's lost. And John is trying to figure out a way to get out. And they kind of switch roles where John is kind of all hopeful and Strand just doesn't see any hope. And then by the time the episode is done, they kind of switch places, which I do like as well. John is kind of losing hope and Strand is kind of, more hopeful at that time. So it's kind of cool how they did that. I like that. And you kind of have John that's being like, you just got to believe, you just got to fight for the next day. That's all you can do at this point. So, you got that, of course, and then they, kind of all reunite with the group as they see Alicia and Charlie on the other side, and they kind of rescue them and all that kind of stuff. So, pretty cool stuff, and then you got the last episode with kind of them being poisoned by Martha, which was just like, oh my god, how does she get to the group that much? Like, honestly, how does she affect the group that much? I don't understand it at this point, I really don't. Martha was really the start of the bad Fear the Walking Dead villains, So, Season 5 goes through, and, he's, with June, and they run into Dwight, of course, at the Gulch, And I really like how, you know, they are, you know, they're looking for people and stuff like that, and they find someone like Dwight, and, you know, John actually, because of the stuff that he went through with June, he helps Dwight look for Sherry, and of course they find that note, and then, you know, she says, stop looking for me, that type of thing, and John kind of keeps it from him, which I did find kind of frustrating, but, you know, he tells him later on. So anyway, there's that, of course, and then they all get on the plane in the mid-season finale, and he's reunited with June. So, you know, we got that, of course, and they're kind of engaged in that episode too, when they're kind of leaving, and you know, they are engaged, and somehow, and I said this in my review too for the mid-season finale, somehow the proposal and all that kind of stuff, you know. You're telling me, because they were like near the edge of the plane, you know, and, you know, they were at the very end of the plane. You're telling me his hat just stayed on his head the entire time? Like, I'm sorry, but, that's crazy. Sometimes John shoots a walker and his hat like almost flies off, or does. But you're telling me they're flying a plane that's going so quick, and he's proposing to June and the hat just stays perfectly on. I don't know. I find that a little... I'm sorry, but I have to mention that, you know? So we get the second half of the season that goes through, and John's like barely there, you know, in my opinion. I mean, he's there in that one Rabbi episode, but he's barely in the second half of the season. And basically throughout the second half, you know, he's with June, they, you know, they save people, they help people, this kind of stuff, and, you know, by the time you get to the most recent episode, they are going to clear out the gulch that they were at in episode 3 where they find Dwight. So, okay, so what are my thoughts on that? I mean, in the second half of season 5, I don't really think John really did much of anything, but for, you know, season 4 and the first half of season 5, I really like John's character. I think John is a really awesome character. Probably still one of the best characters the series has. And, I mean, he's really tough. I mean, saving Dwight, the bullet scene, too, when he saved Dwight. I mean, you know, he has so many scenes that are, you know, really heroic and really awesome. So, it's great to have a character like that. But, yeah, definitely, you know, a character that we haven't seen very much of lately. And I really want to see more of him. So, yeah, but thank you very much to Blind Entertainment for suggesting this character spotlight video. Everybody go subscribe to Blind Entertainment. And, of course, I will be back with some more Walking Dead videos very, very soon. And, of course, if you're new here, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my Fear the Walking Dead videos, even though I'm not sure how many more Fear videos I will be doing, but I'll at least review the finale either tomorrow night or Monday, and we'll kind of give our thoughts on the end of Season 5. So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys really soon for another. Peace out.